Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pleasure to be here. I'm from LiveU. People might asking, LiveU is doing bonding technology for television. What is it has to do with any telcos? Where I'm here to present a little bit of a shift, maybe an eye-opener for you guys in the telcos to tell a bit about what other revenues opportunities we can use this technology for. But before, let me a couple of words about LiveU and what we do. So LiveU is the leading provider of mobile broadcast quality uplink solution that allow you to go live. We invented the technology back in 2006. Actually, an interesting story about a colleague of mine who was attending a football match and saw all these satellite tracks outside and wonder why does it need to do with so many satellite tracks, where he graduated from Intel and he thought everything could be on cellular, and this is how the business started. We're based in Israel and the US, local presence in 20 locations worldwide, and we present all the T1 broadcasters over the world that using our technology. It's a sample of couple of the networks that actually use us all over the world, just to give you a glimpse, and later on I'll talk about a little bit of a cellular. So what is bonding? I mean, for you guys who are not familiar in what the technology is, so LiveU provide the back-end units, which you can see all the way on the far left, that it can be either on your backpack or as a shoulder on your belt, or a handheld with extender. All of them you can see on the upper floor in the PTS booth. We use in every single country that we work in, we use all the cellular networks that are available, including Wi-Fi, beacon, satellite, everything that is available from there. And what we do, we take the signal that's coming out from the camera, we broke it into 7 different channels based on the device itself, and we send each separate channel over the public internet, and on the receiving end, when there is a server, whether it's a fixed one or a cloud one, we combine them all together and we send them outside, whether to television, whether it's online, or whether it's cellular. So the bonding technology has 2 issues. One of them is how to split the signal that comes from the camera and send it over the different networks, and the other way is to bond them together. Now the system is clever. It actually knows to monitor each one of the cellular network at any given time, and depends and decide which type of signal we are sending on which type of carrier. So if Rock goes down and Vodafone goes up, we'll take the more complex element of the video and send it over to Vodafone. And if there is a change in that, we'll actually switch that, seamless to the audience, seamless to the end user, but it will maintain a quality video signal. So, challenging wireless environment. All of you in the telco business, you know there are issues of variable packet loss, bandwidth, and variable delay. In order to maintain, in order to overcome those issues, you have to do bonding. You have to use more than one single provider in order to provide a good quality video, and that's exactly what LiveU is doing. So why do we aggregate them? We aggregate them for quality, resiliency, and low latency. When you are talking about video, you cannot rely on a single uplink channels. You have to have multiple. Now I know the question will come and ask, you know, with 4G LTE, why do we need to bond? Well, the same question came to us when 3G was actually coming to part. Well, the issue is, no matter, even if you have 4G LTE, sooner or later, the demand is way over the capacity that the telcos can provide. So in order to provide a good quality video, you cannot rely on a single channels. You have to bond them in order to have an HD video quality. So that's when it comes to television, that's an easy sell. I mean, you come to them with this type of technology and you tell them, you know, it's a fraction of the cost of the satellite. Obviously, this is something that no one can refuse. and the testimony is that hundreds of them or thousands of them are using them all over the world. So again, we're talking about cost, we're talking about mobility and line of sight. Remember, it's cellular. Whenever you can make a call, you can deliver a video, whether it's moving vehicles, with underground, with a high-rise building, with plane and helicopters, everywhere. And networks have been very, very lucky and very, very, I think they found new ways of deliver video rather than a satellite track, and some of the pictures below are a true testimony of how they took it. So LiveU is indeed provide several units, field acquisition units, backpack, camera mount, all of them connected to a single server, and there is a central management that actually allows you to control all the device. And then the field acquisition units coming all the way from a backpack units to cellular devices. We understand that there is a demand coming from TV networks to provide a variety of means to deliver high quality video, all the way starting from a satellite, all the way down to cellular phones, and this is exactly where we are positioned to deliver that. When we are talking about mobile operators, it's not an easy sell because bonding technology not yet made it, but I'm here to present a little bit, couple of applications that I think will be very useful. So we're talking about broadband, mobile access, SOHO, rural connected car, especially in places where there is no fiber technology that is available. You can use the cellular technology and bond it with the local network that you have at house and create a fat broadband solution. Second one is the smartphone. This is something that I will show in a second, allows you to actually create, we do have a cellular app that is working on an Android and working on an iPhone, bonds the Wi-Fi and the cellular channel on a single device to create two channels. We have another device that actually allows us to bond a MiFi outside MiFi and the cellular channel on the phone to create a two channels on for broadband communication. Offloading, a technology that actually using the bonding, you can offload from an LTE to a Wi-Fi. So assuming you're in this place and there is great coverage of Wi-Fi, you as a telco, if you want to save, you want to split the cost and you want to guarantee connection for your customers, you can offload some of the communication into Wi-Fi, which give you some cost saving on the infrastructure of the 4G LTE and also provide a better quality of service to your users. And last is machine-to-machine, something that we started to use back in the US, working with the Sprint, but definitely the technology is adaptable for that as well. So let's talk about a little bit about the super modern solution, or what we call the SOHO device access. So again, you're at home, your internet connection is not as great, and there is not fiber connection to your home wherever you are. Bonding technology can add on top of that connectivity, allowing you to combine those two channels together to create a fat pipe of broadband technology that will come to your way in a cost-saving method. So instead of providing another fiber infrastructure into those places, you can actually depend on a cellular connectivity, which in most countries of the world, it's very much deployed all over, and you can take advantage of that technology and combine that together and create this broadband effect that we are talking. From the operator, cost, offloading, and new revenue, and competitive edge over everyone else who providing this type of infrastructure. Second, let's talk about LiveU Smart. LiveU Smart technology is something that we took the bonding technology and we actually applied it to cell phones. So here on the left, what you see is our smart app bonding technology. On the small left one, you can see that actually we combine mobile, cellular, and Wi-Fi to create a two-channel bonding that allows you to deliver more data. On the far right side, what you see is a device that we call a smart grip. So in essence, there is an extra SIM card that you can put inside. There is a battery that prolongs the phone life by 3 hours. And by that, when you combine them together, you can actually get a reliable source of transmitting video back to your channel. Now, one more thing about this smart app thing. Think about you as a cellular or a telco that owning that type of device. And you are here in this beautiful hotel, and you want to broadcast it. Someone from one of the broadcasters actually asked, I would like to transmit from here right now to the TV. So the broadcaster might have a map, and he can locate the user, can send him an SMS message or a message through this application and tell him, go live right now, and I'm switching you live. So it's taking the broadcasting to a level where users can generate news and can generate events right where they happen. And the broadcaster doesn't need to send a satellite truck to park outside and to send a camera inside and to have this multiple people operating something where one person actually can provide that. Maybe we can show here a quick video of how this has been covering a recent brush fire in the US.
Having just downloaded a new app on my iPhone that enables you to broadcast live, I suggested we give that a try. It had never been done at the station before, so we gave it a shot.
Now let's go live out to Kim Baldonado.
The embers are starting to move toward us, so we're going to keep moving back, but I just want to show you how close.
And for the better part of the next hour, we covered a firefight live with nothing more than a cell phone.
About an hour ago, there was a huge flare-up and water dropping chop.
So this is just one example how NBC is actually using reporters that are not necessarily reporters from the NBC, but actually using this app to go outside and pick those. So you, as a telco, can actually own that and be the gateway for these broadcasters to deliver that type of service, which is very unique, which is a cost saving, and can actually change the way live news is being able to deliver to the world. Next one is, we talked about the Wi-Fi offloading. So obviously, with the ability of LiveU, with the connectivity with technology, the offloading is transparent. It means when there is a huge demand on the 4G infrastructure, you can download it, you can offload it to Wi-Fi. None of the customers will actually view that or can see that on their phone, but it really gives you as a telco a very much a competitive edge over anyone else, and a cutting-edge technology that allows you to save cost, allow you to do it on the up level and to control the Wi-Fi performance, and do any inter-network roaming policy. You actually control the policy of when the offloading will occur, when the offloading for the 4G to the Wi-Fi does, and when it will pick up. So you control everything, and you have it in your hands. So I think it's a changing type of technology that you should really discuss and see whether we can come to your aid. And the last one is an M2M. It's fairly recent. Not many telcos are taking advantage of that, but Sprint was actually the first one in the US to take advantage. For you, for some of you who's not aware of what is M2M, it's a machine technology that allows you to communicate between different machines. So especially when the machine is located far away from the base station on far away rural areas, the way to communicate it back to where it handles, sometimes bonding technology is the only answer that you have. So obviously, Sprint and other telcos are looking into deploy that, into using that, not necessarily in the places like in the middle of the city, but in rural areas, in agriculture places, in places where they want to control machines, but not necessarily they have the fiber located, because sometimes you understand that some of those devices are way far out and they still need to communicate and send back data. Bonding technology is the way to go, and this is how we're currently working with the Sprint, and we hope to deploy it all over. So summary, because 9 more seconds. Bonding as an enabler significantly improved the user experience, differentiated services, and definitely no longer just a broadcast television application, but rather can be really deployed by the telcos, and this bonding technology allowing that to do much more. Thank you very much, everybody.